this what you want? This fucking foliage? Is this what you want? Mr. Dips? Is this what you want? Me standing in front of EC3 buying designer coats? Is this what you want? Me sitting in some hipster hotel in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, fluffing pillows? Is this what you want? I don't believe this. This graffiti art, it's the hotels, avocado toast. All I want is a fucking Guinness. An ice cold Guinness. What the hell does that mean? Oh, this is what you wanted. This is your Monday Night Raw review right here on Off the Script. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, I feel like I went to a comedy show tonight, bro. I feel like I went to a comedy show. Like I went to go see Dice in his prime. Just laughing my ass off at everybody on social media, laughing at Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon delivering this comedic episode of Monday Night Raw. Oh my God, man. Oh. Man, it's better than a blowjob. But I feel fucking fantastic, man. Oh my God. I've been having such a shit day. Just getting all that fucking anger out. Oh my goodness, man. Oh. Jeez. Folks. I gotta shout out my brother Frank. I can't stop laughing. I gotta shout him out. If you guys know my brother Frank, he is the composer of the Off the Script theme song that you heard when I'm asking you, is this what you want? You want EC3 wearing designer coats? He is the backing theme for not only the Monday Night Raw podcast, but literally everything on the channel with the Off the Script name. He tweeted me, and this, it has to go on a t-shirt. It really does. I gotta figure out how to get it on a t-shirt, man. Our new slogan, and I mean this with every fiber of my being, the new slogan of the podcast, just to fucking give it to everybody that wants to come at me and recreate the Roman Reigns era with Seth Rollins. Folks, our new slogan is burn it down, Seth Rollins is a clown. Oh my God, man. Look at him. Look at him, bro. He is the model Universal Champion in WWE. Shout out not only to my brother Frank for that, but shout out to Sal Rex, man. Out of all the thumbnails that his brilliant mind has come up with, as long as he's been working with me, this is the crown jewel of everything he's done as far as the thumbnail goes, man. You can't get any better than that, man. This is the poster of modern day WWE right there. Right there. And I hope you're watching, champ. I hope you're watching. You are a clown. You are a clown, man. My favorite Joker is Heath Ledger. Man, you outshine Heath Ledger 10 times over with your reign as Universal Champion, man. Oh my God. This is so great, man. This is so great. Where do I even begin? Where do I even begin, man? This Monday Night Raw, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. This Monday Night Raw was so terrible. I don't want to say it's as worse as last week, but I mean, if the rating is above a 2, I'd be surprised. I really would be surprised. Man, SmackDown's bringing in those viewers, right? They're even going to get better on FS1 next week, right? Oh my God, man. This company is sinking faster than fucking Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic, man. And that is the worst fucking analogy, the worst pun I could ever make, man. But it's the only thing that came to my mind because someone tweeted at me, Monday Night Raw, a sinking ship, and they fucking pictured the Titanic on my timeline. I can't do it, man. This is the, not even quite, I was going to say quite possibly, this is the worst television program that I think I have ever seen. I mean that wholeheartedly. I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't know how anybody could justify this garbage. Do you realize what you watched tonight? Seriously. Did you realize what you watched tonight? Folks, we got a 6-man tag tonight that was advertised for an entire week. And then 10:30 comes, and here we see the Street Profits against the OC, Gallows and Anderson. And I see AJ Styles standing on the outside with his vest on. Meanwhile, the Street Profits during the middle of this show were talking about bringing the smoke. I wish this show would vanish into fucking smoke. Talking about bringing the smoke and finding a tag team partner. Meanwhile, it's a 2-on-2 match in the main event of Monday Night Raw. What happened? Where was the 6-man tag? And then, to top it all off, they hooked us with the mystery tag team partner. Everybody was tweeting out, oh, it's John Morrison, oh, it's Cedric. If it was Cedric Alexander, the clicker, the remote control, the 70-year-old's called, hey, honey, will you go grab the clicker? The remote control. They pick up the remote control, right? I would be like a fucking 70-year-old man, but with better reflexes. Pick that shit up and change the channel if it was Cedric Alexander. John Morrison, Cedric Alexander. I even seen people tweeting out that it was Edge making his return to the WWE. We had a 6-man tag advertised for over a week, and then we get a 2-on-2 match, and the big surprise is a feud that WWE has already done that went nowhere the first time, with them expecting us to get excited about it this time around because it didn't happen on SmackDown, but now it's on Monday Night Raw. I guess that's what constitutes as different in WWE, right? Then we got Alistair Black. This is another one that people are ragging on me on social media for. You're all shitting on me. I mean, what did I say that was so outlandish to you guys on social media? Alistair Black has been brought up to Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, whatever the fuck brand he was on. He was brought up to the main roster in April. He was a tag team with Ricochet. Remember that? What happened with that? He got brought up to the main roster in April, and they wasted him all these months. And now we're in October, going on into November. Before you know it, it's going to be fucking New Year's with the ball dropping. And this guy's still going to be fighting fucking local enhancement talent that you found at aisle 7 at Petco. In October, we got Alistair Black still fighting local jobbers. Shouldn't the guy be over already? Shouldn't the guy be in the main event scene fighting for the fucking title already? No, if this was Roman Reigns, he'd have fucking 6 title reigns already. Then you got Seth Rollins. Oh, I'm sorry. Where is it? Seth Clownlins. There you go. Seth Rollins fighting Humberto Carrillo, right? Everybody's like, oh, it was a decent match. Yeah. Humberto was over. Humberto was made into a superstar tonight. Humberto was a superstar tonight. Sounds like a mixture of a fucking retard and Sean's View Entertainment. Humberto was a superstar. Yeah, let me go fucking pull Buddy Murphy to the side and ask him how he was made into a superstar. You fucking cretins. This show is the worst fucking show on television, man. I don't believe it. I thought this was a draft. What happened to the draft? I thought the draft meant change. I thought the draft meant something new. I thought the draft meant something fresh. The fuck are we watching on this show? Drew McIntyre versus Ricochet. We got fucking Humberto Carrillo. It sounded like the people were at the fucking funeral in Cleveland tonight. And then Kevin Owens. Yeah, Kevin Owens, what a surprise. 3 hours we wait for the surprise, and it ends up being Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles at the end of Monday Night Raw. Man, if this is Paul Heyman's vision of a new era on Monday Night Raw, get him the fuck out of there, have him join Eric Bischoff, and send him packing to Wyoming. Jesus Christ, you guys gotta open your fucking eyes, man. I swear to God, you gotta... How many of you fucking idiots in the community? Oh, this was a fresh start. This was a fresh start for Monday Night Raw. Fresh start my ass. Fresh start my ass. My ass is fresher after a fucking hot Mexican meal than this was after fucking Monday Night Raw. Get the fuck out of here, man. Are you serious with this shit? This show is complete garbage. Absolute garbage. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I really don't. I really don't. I don't even want... I say every week, I don't even want to be here. I don't even want to be here right now. I'm trying to find and justify myself being here. If I wasn't going to get 40,000 views on this video, might as well make that my new catchphrase. I wouldn't even be here right now. I really wouldn't. This show sucks. This show is god-awful. And I feel so bad for the talent that's on this show. I really do. I feel even worse for the talent on SmackDown Live because they expected a boom period in WWE. They expected ratings, and they expected bigger revenue, and they expected all these new eyes, and the product getting back to where they think it should be. And the product is right where it was on USA Network. So, with that being the case, the backstage morale, I heard, as of today, is absolutely the lowest it's been in months. Can you see why? Can you see why? If you don't see it, then you must go get your eyes checked immediately. Because after tonight, I don't know who was on Monday Night Raw and having such an upbeat, positive morale attitude. I really don't. Monday Night Raw, folks, we're going to try and go over what we had tonight right here on the podcast. If the scary clown allows us to, Seth Clownlins. Oh my God, man. This guy is a fucking Joker personified, man. What a clown. And the funny thing is, we'll talk about it, because I got some tweets. Tonight, man, from these apologists, from these WWE fucking apologists who, I don't know if they're bots. I don't know if they're just simply brain dead. But, man, oh man, you guys are in for a comedy show right here on the podcast, man. We're going to go over everything on Monday Night Raw. I got to calm myself down. I got to calm myself down, man. We're going to go over Monday Night Raw tonight, or at least try to here on Off the Script. I am JD. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. If you missed anything on the channel, and we had plenty of stuff go on the channel, dating back to Wednesday, because that apparently is the only night for wrestling that really matters nowadays. Yes, AEW Dynamite, NXT. So make sure you guys go and check both of those reviews. Smackdown Live, which, I don't know, man. I don't know. Those ratings seem to be improving every single week. They went from a 2.9 to a 2.3 this week. Smackdown Live, and then Off the Script on Saturday and Sunday, man. Off the Script on Sunday is already at 32,000 views because of one man and one man alone, and that is him, man. You'll see it right in the thumbnail. This man is a graduate of Clown U. He is a graduate of Clown University, man. So make sure you guys go and check all that stuff out. Links will be down in the description of this very video, man. It brings me great pleasure. You see this? This is not purified water in a bottle, folks. This is the tears. This right here are the tears of all the Seth Rollins apologists that wanted to tell me to shut the F up tonight on social media, man. I love it. I love it. You all quench... You all quench my thirst, man. Man, that's so good. That is so good, man. I feel hydrated now. Now that I can continue talking about Monday Night Raw. So make sure you guys go and check all that stuff out. Follow me on social media. It's going to be one hell of a review, folks. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below and turn on that bell for all notifications. And the podcast tonight, as always, on Monday night, is brought to you by BlueChew.com. Guys, do you remember the days when you were always ready to go? Now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed by using BlueChew.com. Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so you know that they work. I know you guys feel like you're defeated every Monday night. Seth Rollins is on this garbage program telling everybody that he's going to burn it down, folks. Please, don't be like Seth Rollins and be a miserable, defeated, just god-awful Universal Champion, because we know he ain't putting out anything with that hose of his on Monday Night Raw. You guys want to burn it down more than Seth Rollins and put out your wife's fire? Then you need BlueChew.com. Don't be like Seth Rollins. Be like a champion that we deserve by using Blue Chew. You can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. And since they are chewable, they work up to twice as fast as a pill, so you guys can be ready whenever an opportunity arises. Now, this just isn't for guys who can't perform. It's for any guy who wants that extra function to enhance their performance in the bedroom. Now, most guys talk a good game. Seth Rollins talks a good game, and he always fails when it comes down to game time. But if you are the one-and-done type, Blue Chew can even help you on your follow-through to round 2. Blue Chew is prescribed online and shipped straight to your door in a very discreet package. So no in-person doctor visits, no waiting in the pharmacy, and best of all, guys, there's no more awkwardness. Mr. Mailman is not knowing what is coming to you and where it's being delivered. It's going to go right in your mailbox, and he doesn't know a goddamn thing. They are made in the USA, and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they are cheaper than a pharmacy. Right now, if you are listening to Off the Script here from Monday Night Raw, we've got a special deal for all our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment for free. Yes, F-R-E-E, free, when you use our special promo code JD. All you guys have to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. Blue Chew, guys, it's better, cheaper, faster, and we thank them for supporting Monday Night Raw right here on Off the Script. The comedy show trying to portray itself as a wrestling show. Monday Night Raw opened up with Buddy Murphy, Alistair Black, Cedric Alexander, Ricochet, any of these youthful new talents, Andrade, Cien Almas, to open Monday Night Raw. You would think it's a new era. You would think that this is a new direction and a new start, a fresh start for Monday Night Raw. Did any of these men come out to start Monday Night Raw? Folks, in 2019, on this night, we had Ric Flair start Monday Night Raw. And they will be advertised, or they are being advertised, they will show up on Smackdown on Friday to hype Crown Jewel. Awesome. Awesome. I don't know if I'm watching 1979 or 2019. I can't tell. I really don't. There's no difference. At least then, Monday Night Raw wouldn't have been around. So we could have saved ourselves 3 hours and found anything else to do on a Monday night. Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan, they got this useless 10-man tag, which, by the way, folks, the announcers made mention of it tonight. It will be a single fall match. So the first one to a pinfall is going to win this match. Now, I'm assuming that WWE realized via their social media accounts how fucking stupid they were, because I know I complained about it, and I know everybody else complained about it. How are you gonna have a 10-man tag that more than likely will probably be the same thing at Survivor Series 3 weeks before the Survivor Series, where, you know, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live, they do battle for the first time all year. It's the only time of the year, which I can't wait to see them say that. The only time of the year where Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live fight for brand supremacy. But according to my calculations, 30, carry the 4. That's about 49 times? 50 maybe? It's about 50. It's about 50 times that we've seen Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live just trade talent back and forth. And we've seen Raw talent go against SmackDown talent before the Survivor Series. So if WWE wants to go out there and hype the Survivor Series, it'll be the 51st time where Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live do battle at the Survivor Series. For what? I don't know. Maybe the last fucking cookie in Titus Catering. Is it oatmeal raisin? Is it a white and black cookie? Is it an oatmeal raisin cookie? How about an oatmeal cherry chocolate chip cookie, which is my favorite? How about a peanut butter cookie? How about that one? How about a mint chocolate chip cookie? How about a double chocolate chunk cookie? Now, I'd fight over that. I really would. Anyway, I'm making myself hungry over here. I'm sure I'm making you hungry too. Crown Jewel. Nobody gives a shit. We got Ric Flair. He's in the ring talking about the big 10-man tag. Don't know how that's going to be a one elimination fall, or one fall to a finish, I should say. Not elimination. 0 eliminations. With 10 men, we'll figure that out. So he has his last man. Out comes Drew McIntyre. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you waiting for somebody else? Were you expecting a surprise? Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you, man. I really am. Kind of goes with the theme of Monday Night Raw. Disappointment. Drew hits the ring. Says he has plenty to say, but he will say it when the time is right. But he asked Ric Flair for a favor. He calls Flair Sir, and tells him to take a seat and watch along with everybody else, as this will certainly get uncomfortable. Mr. McIntyre, I don't know what your version or definition is of uncomfortable, but we watch Monday Night Raw every week for 3 hours. I do not think you understand the meaning of uncomfortable, sir. So he says that he's going to show us a preview of what he plans on doing to Team Hogan at Crown Jewel. If any of us are watching Crown Jewel, please be my guest. So we get Ricochet coming on out. Folks, I thought this was a new direction. I thought this was a fresh start. I thought this was a new era. I thought this was the Paul Heyman era. We've seen this match already. So please tell me how this is new, fresh, and exciting when this was a King of the Ring first round match. Ricochet versus Drew McIntyre. Oh, but JD, this match was awesome, man. Okay. It's awesome. So was the blowjob your fucking sister gave me on Wednesday night during Dynamite. I showed her my own personal fucking Dynamite. Your point is what? Exactly. What is your point? It was awesome. Did it have a meaning? Did they fight for anything? Did they fight over Hulk Hogan's remaining hair plugs? I don't know. What the fuck were they fighting over? This match meant nothing. Absolutely nothing. I even said it on social media. This match was decent because Drew McIntyre and Ricochet are great at what they do. In fact, I'm going to go a step further than that. If I haven't seen this twice already, I was thinking to myself, with the work that these guys were doing in the ring and how over they are and how the fans legitimately give a shit somewhat about what these guys do, I said to myself, man, if this was just a little bit more important, I could actually sit here and give a shit. Instead, I just laid there on my couch with my phone in my hand, and I really didn't give a shit about what these guys were doing. Meanwhile, the match that they put on should get you excited about what the future holds for both of them, but we all know what the future holds for them. WWE pushes them and then yanks them back on the leash. They won't push Ricochet. They won't push Drew McIntyre for whatever reason. This is a future WWE World Championship feud/match. No matter if it's for the Universal or the WWE Championship. These guys should be at that level. But they are not. Instead, we got fucking Seth Rollins, the clown. Seth Rollins. I don't understand it. So please, instead of telling me it was a good match, what did it accomplish? What did they fight for? And please don't tell me momentum for Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan. Please do not tell me momentum. Legitimately, answer me as you're looking me straight in the fucking eyes. What were they fighting over? I don't know. All I seen was Ricochet, who needs a win, losing again in the new era under Paul Heyman. That's what I seen. They were fighting for what? I don't know. The window seat on the plane to Saudi Arabia? What the fuck were they fighting over? This match meant nothing. No matter how good it was, it meant nothing. Now, somebody in the back gave a live microphone to Ric Flair. He was sitting at ringside. Don't know what the reason of this was or what someone was thinking in the back. Yes, let's give a live microphone to Ric Flair, who clearly had 4 too many before he ran through the curtain on Monday Night Raw. And he said, what city are we in? Kansas City? He had no idea, oblivious to the fact that he was in Cleveland, Ohio. So there you go. Goes to show you what this match really means when Ric Flair doesn't even know what fucking city he's in to promote the match in 10 days. Awesome. So, Drew McIntyre looks over at Ric Flair, who's sitting on the ringside. I'm very fortunate to see that he was still standing, or sitting, I should say, upwards, and not slumped over in the chair like a drunk. Turns his attention back to Ricochet. Ricochet counters the Future Shock DDT. Ricochet and McIntyre then go at it in the middle of the ring. Ricochet drops him with the big enziguri. Ricochet tries to scoop Drew on his shoulders. He can't get him up. Ricochet then with a super kick to Drew's face. Ricochet then tries to scoop Drew up again, and this time he does do it after a failed attempt the first time, dropping him with a Death Valley driver. Ricochet goes to the top, nails a beautiful-looking shooting star press. Drew kicks out. Ricochet goes back up top to finish Drew McIntyre off. He rolls through because McIntyre moved. Ricochet then goes for the recoil. Drew blocks it, launches Ricochet out of the ring, and he lands on the floor, which looked pretty damn brutal. Ric Flair is outside wooing in front of Cleveland, Ohio. Drew launches Ricochet onto the ring post, and Ricochet eventually gets up on his feet. He's dazed in the corner. Drew McIntyre hits him with a Claymore kick for the win, and Ricochet continues to be the superhero who never saves the city. If I have to hear Ricochet is a fucking superhero one more time, I'm going to fucking vomit. They were calling, I don't know what the fuck they were, Superman and Spider-Man, or whatever the fuck they were saying on commentary. You're not cool. Yes, we get it. You know your comic book characters. I'm watching 2 guys who are professional wrestlers. If I wanted to play Spider-Man, I'd boot up my PlayStation 4. I don't want to listen to Spider-Man or talk of Spider-Man and Mary Jane in a fucking wrestling environment. What a bunch of And then they wonder why WWE isn't cool. Because you make everything uncool. After the match, Drew McIntyre just stands there, and Ric Flair and Drew McIntyre celebrate in the ring. Celebrate what? I don't know. Go buy him another 4 shots of tequila. I'm sure he'll be happy. Maybe when he gets to Saudi, he'll realize that he's in fucking Las Vegas. Moving on. Where are we? My fucking notes. The OC and the Street Profits. You know, they hyped this up as a 6-man tag, by the way. 6-man tag here. Charlie Caruso was backstage with the OC. She asked about the strategy for tonight, and it's indicated that this will be a 6-man tag. 6-man tag with a mystery partner for the Street Profits. Just letting you guys know. They knock the Profits as rookies who need to earn their keep. Yes, because the OC, Gallows and Anderson, have really earned their keep, right? Yeah, a bunch of nice 5-year contracts you guys got there, right? And a nice little title reign that lasted about 2 weeks. What happened to that? What happened to that? I don't know. You must be all fucking giddy about those 5-year contracts and that 2 month. They'd be lucky. 2-week title reign that was already forgotten by week 1. No, but you got yachts and you got a hot Asian wife, right? And you got all the fucking money that you can count. You're like Scrooge McDuck and his fucking bank and his vault, right? Doesn't matter. That's all these guys are worried about. They are here for the money and no other reason. So they knock the Profits as rookies, and especially being the unofficial Monday Night Raw hosts when they already have the OC. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that Monday Night Raw needed hosts. What they do need is somebody else rewriting the fucking script, not named Vince McMahon. AJ says the Profits will always talk about wanting the smoke, but it's illegal in Cleveland. So I actually laughed at this. Luke Gallows says Cleveland sucks because they apparently do not have legal marijuana in Cleveland, Ohio. AJ says Gallows and Anderson have been doing this for a long time and will give Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins the beating of their lives. I'm sorry, AJ. I'm sorry. There could be no bigger beating than the beating that Monday Night Raw gives all of us every single Monday. We look like fucking a Mike Tyson victim after watching 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. Alistair Black is in a closet somewhere backstage. He likes to think that there's a method to a reason to his madness. He likes to think that one day all of this will give him an answer as to why. I'd love to know why. I'd love to know why this show fucking sucks every week, but, you know, I still haven't gotten that answer. So good luck, Mr. Black. Goes on to say this other side of him provides a rage that is like hellfire. Black says the rage is beyond redemption, but at the same time, it's clawing at him like a madman dancing in the moonlight. But is it ready to pick a fight? So instead of getting Alistair Black versus, I don't know, somebody with some background to him, we got Alistair Black versus Jason Reynolds. I'm sure this guy was very giddy when they picked him up at the local A&P. If those supermarkets are still even around. I used to shop at A&P, you know. Alistair Black versus Jason Reynolds. Folks, I mentioned this in the beginning of the show. Let me take a sip of my Seth Rollins tears. I want to see. I really do. And I mean this, and we'll say this in the most calm and cool, collected voice / tone. I want to see one of the apologists come out and kind of combat me on this, because I'm not sure I understand. Now, I know your IQ is vastly lower than mine, but, I mean, that's to no surprise. But, again, Alistair Black was brought up to the main roster in NXT, where the guy was A superstar, and B, pulling him out of NXT in his current state at that point was as easy as opening up a can of Coke. Seriously, it was as easy as opening up a can of soda to book him on the main roster. They fought for the Raw, the NXT, and the Smackdown tag team titles in the same week. In the same week. They fought for the Raw. They fought for the NXT at TakeOver against the War Raiders, which is the best tag team match all year, and the SmackDown titles in a Fatal 4-Way match at WrestleMania. In the same week, 3 tag team title matches in 1 week, both him and Ricochet. Ricochet got drafted to Monday Night Raw. Alistair Black was, at that point, then banished to God knows where, in the depths of Titus Catering, where nobody is ever found. Luckily, we found him, and he was in a closet, waiting for someone to pick a fight with him. Apparently, somebody took Alistair Black's fucking napkin from the catering table, and he's been looking for him ever since. He's been in a closet since April, with a match or 2 with Cesaro, a match with Sami Zayn, and that is it. And now he's on Monday Night Raw in October. The entire time that he's been absent, all this time since April, now we're in October, what was he doing? What was he doing? Why are we in October and we're still getting Alistair Black against Jason Reynolds? Shouldn't this guy be a champion by now? Shouldn't this guy be in the upper echelon of main event talent by now? Shouldn't this guy be, I don't know, over by now? Please, I'm waiting for an answer. Why are we in October and we're just booking him as if it was April? I don't understand why this guy is fighting local enhancement talent in October. There is no way you can justify this garbage. You know what I'm going to say next. Stop justifying garbage. This is garbage. Alistair Black doesn't deserve this. This guy is so beyond what they're doing with him right now. It is a fucking crime that this guy is where he is right now. And don't tell me it's a slow build. Don't tell me they're taking their time with him. 7 months is a long fucking time for someone to just sit around and do nothing. You know what the 7 months tells me where this guy was sitting? That WWE can't even buy a fucking clue. Fucking ridiculous. This is the very definition of why this company sucks dick. Right here. Talent wasted. This guy would be better off anywhere else. He wins with what? A black mass. And you know what? The local enhancement talent actually got some offense in on him. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Alistair Black wins. Akam and Razor cut another promo. There's no tag team on Raw hard enough to face them. They believe Raw signed them to keep them from going to SmackDown. I don't know if that's such a good idea, bro. I really don't. They weren't an acquisition for Raw. They were removed from SmackDown. They go on and on about getting violent on Raw. And now the next chapter in history of tag team wrestling will be on Raw, and they will be written by AOP. The reason that they are on Raw is because Paul Heyman, I am sure, is going to feud them with the War Raiders. I can't wait for another tag team feud to just have Vince shit all over and then not get over with the fans. I can't wait. Something that should be over will never get over on the main roster. Jerry the King Lawler's in the ring, and he's having a King's Court segment. Lawler talks about how we've seen a lot of Lana and Bobby Lashley as of late. He pronounced it Lana. Lana! A lot of Lana and Bobby Lashley as of late. And everyone says I'm assuming he said everybody's talking about them. I miswrote it in my notes. You can see how much I give a shit about this particular segment. Everybody cares about what they've been doing and how they've been going about their business. I don't give a shit about them. Who's talking about them? Who's talking about them? The people on social media? This is trash. But one person isn't too thrilled about Lana's whereabouts and her wrongdoings, and that is her husband, Rusev. Lawler introduces Rusev, and he comes out, and he's high-fiving people. Fucking wife is cheating on him with Bobby Lashley, and he's out there giving high fives to fucking little kids in the front row. Bro, are you all there at this moment in time? I don't know. So Lawler says this must be hard to talk about because he believes what happens in a marriage should stay in that marriage, but this is involving public figures. Lawler says Lana and Lashley have really put everything out there in public with what they are doing. Lawler goes on and gets the what treatment at this point, and then Rusev tells them to stop because Jerry Lawler is a Hall of Famer. And you know what? They actually stopped. So good on Rusev. Lawler then says and asks what Rusev thinks about all this. Rusev says that this is all Lashley's fault. He's poisoned Lana, and for that, he will be crushed. Bro, are you sitting outside on your deck, fucking with a fly swatter, just hitting the gnats as they come buzzing around your fucking face as you're sipping on a cold beverage? Or are you watching your fucking wife cheat on you and commit adultery? What is it? He's going to crush Rusev. And Bobby Lashley, or I wish WWE's already crushing Rusev. Rusev says he's going to crush Bobby Lashley. So that's all you're going to do. You are so angry because Lana is doing what she's doing. That is the only thing that you could surmise. Being in this moment, watching your wife cheat on you. He goes on. As far as Lana is concerned, Rusev says he may be a fool. Oh, you are? But he still wears his wedding band because every day he hopes that they can move past this and live happily ever after. And then Lana and Lashley appear on the big screen. Folks, at this point, I am asking myself, who is writing this garbage? And number two, who is the bigger pussy? Is it Seth Rollins or is it Rusev? I can't tell anymore. I'm wearing my wedding band because every day I hope that we can move past this and live happily ever after. Now, I don't know why I sound like Edith from fucking Archie Bunker, but that's exactly how Rusev sounds. A pussy. Rusev is a 5-letter word. So is pussy. Pussy. There you go. Class is in session. Goodbye. You may be dismissed. Lana and Lashley are out to dinner, and I don't know what it is with these fucking fake, overly just fucking garbage-looking scenes. Like, where are they? Now, you're out at a fancy restaurant, right? Lana is asking Rusev, I've been asking you to take me to this fancy restaurant for years now, and you haven't done it. Now, I don't know what fancy restaurant has one big, long leather couch that looks like I'm at the local fucking diner ordering a stack of fucking Kofi's pancakes. Bro, if this was a fancy restaurant, then I'm fucking just in bed with Tony Storm every Monday night after Raw after I finish the podcast. Not happening. It's not happening. I don't know what is with these scenes, but, I mean, you got all this Saudi money. Go buy out a fucking fancy restaurant somewhere and at least make the goddamn fucking scene look authentic. What are we doing? Are you makeshifting a fucking restaurant backstage next to the Firefly Fun? That's all we need. I guarantee you, if you went backstage, the fucking restaurant is right next door to a rambling rabbit and his guts are spilled all over the fucking floor. This was terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. So Lana and Lashley are out to dinner. Lashley tells Rusev that he wishes they could discuss this in person, but his woman has needs. Lashley says he won't make the same mistake Rusev did, because Lana has needs and he will take care of them. Lana says dinner was delicious. How many of you are annoyed that I'm pronouncing it Lana? They play around and flirt. Lana says they are at her favorite restaurant, but Rusev wouldn't know because he never took her there despite her asking. So Lana goes on bragging about Lashley, and apparently she's scooping some dessert with something with whipped cream. She smears it on Lashley's nose, and before you know it, the camera faded to black, and that was the end of the scene. The best thing about this entire scene was the fact that A, it ended, and B, whatever they were having for dessert looked delicious. That was it. Who writes this garbage, and why is this shit on Monday Night Raw? Please, someone tell me. Your ratings are dwindling every single week, yet we got Lana and Bobby Lashley committing adultery on Monday Night Raw, because we're all interested to see where it goes. Sin Cara. Oh my God, my excitement level is through the roof. Sin Cara versus Andrade Cien Almas. Humberto Carrillo was watching backstage. I don't know if it was Humberto or fucking the White Ranger. Sin Cara and Andrade. Listen, again, I ask you, just like the opening match, didn't we see this on Smackdown Live earlier in the year, earlier this spring? Why are we getting it here? There's nobody else on this show that you could put against Andrade. Sin Cara apparently is a priority to push on Monday Night Raw and give TV time to on Monday Night Raw. Because all the little kids are going to go to their schools tomorrow and talk about Sin Cara as it's snack time. Andrade wins. I'll give you one guess how he wins. Oh, was it with the hammerlock DDT? Yeah, you got one half of it right. How did Andrade win? Get out your notepads. How did Andrade win? Did he win clean? Did he win clean over Sin Cara? A guy who he should be beating legitimately clean to assert dominance in the Monday Night Raw midcard. Did he win clean? Did he win by countout? Because WWE wants to continue this garbage feud next week on Monday Night Raw. Was it a DQ? Because Zelina Vega got caught by the referee. Andrade is a top-tier talent. How did he win? Folks, Andrade is a heel. He's a heel. And I would love for someone to show me the rule book as to why a heel can't win clean. I would love for someone to show me the rule book where it says the heels have to win every single time in nefarious means. Folks, if Andrade needs help beating Sin Cara, who has not been on Monday Night Raw in God knows how long, has not even wrestled on TV in God knows how long, what is he going to do when he's in the ring with an Alistair Black or a Seth Rollins or Kevin Owens, AJ Styles? What is he going to do when he's in the ring with those types of guys? Folks, Andrade winning because Zelina Vega helped him here. Andrade went for the knees. He went for the Meteora. Back and forth. Cara recovers at ringside. Andrade is arguing with the referee. Vega takes advantage by coming off the apron with the referee turned around, and she gives Sin Cara a Hurricane Rana to the floor off the apron. Andrade brings it back in the ring, nails the hammerlock DDT, and he pins Sin Cara to win. Why are we booking Andrade to win with the help of Zelina Vega again? It is the same outcome every single time. Can this man win on his own? How useful, How is it going to look when Zelina Vega helps him every single time? What is she going to do when it's someone in a more priority type role? What is it going to be when it's for a championship? Is she going to help him do the same fucking thing? Is it going to be the same situation? The same scenario where she's head scissoring somebody off the apron? Why can't you save this moment for someone that it actually could be used on in a major situation? What the fuck does it accomplish by him beating Sin Cara? He's not over because of your constant fuck-ups. Nobody gives a shit, so I don't know what you're accomplishing. Everybody looks at Andrade as a loser. He is a loser. He does the fucking Eddie Guerrero shit, a loser. People aren't even booing him because he's getting heel heat. People are booing him because they have no fucking interest in Andrade. And whose fault is that? That is your fault. Yet you book him in the same fucking way instead of giving him dominant wins so people believe that he's a top tier fucking unstoppable guy in the mid-card that could possibly be a world champion. Something that he is, and you're not portraying him as such. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Moving on here, we have Charlie Caruso interviewing the White Ranger. I didn't know the Power Rangers were still a thing. Halloween come early for Humberto Carrillo on Monday Night Raw. Charlie welcomes him to Monday Night Raw. All I need him to see is this show, and he would not want to be welcomed any other weeks after this week. She asked Humberto about Andrade versus Sin Cara. He has respect for Sin Cara, but when you face Andrade, you have to face Zelina and Andrade at the same time. And they are awesome. Thank you for telling me something that I already know. Humberto, did you learn that on 205 Live? Carrillo goes on and says Andrade would be a Universal Champion, but not if he beats Andrade to it first. Carrillo goes on to say that he knows he has a lot to prove, and also says something about being able to win the Universal title, but not burning bridges or burning things like the current champion, Seth Rollins. You know, Seth Rollins, the Universal Champion. This guy here. That guy. That guy's the Universal Champion. So, I want you guys to keep that in mind for when we get to the next match. Not this one, because this one I think I actually dozed off during. The Viking Raiders versus Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. The Viking Raiders win here with a Viking experience. I'm feeling all right. Oh, man. Thor's hammer. Thor's hammer. You know, because Morrow makes it sound cool. On Monday Night Raw, forget about it. Cool? Right out the window. Viking Raiders win here. Can someone, again, another thing that I have to ask kindly about, is there any specific reason why I should care about this match? Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder versus the Viking Raiders. What did you prove by this match? You proved that the Viking Raiders are the Raw Tag Team Champions, and the fact that either the Viking Raiders or the Revival need to win this turmoil match to crown the best tag team in the world. Simple. That is what you're crowning at Crown Jewel. None of these teams even constitute as the best tag team in the world. And the best tag team in the world, I'm sorry to say, and this is 100% factual information, the best tag team in the world is going to come out of the AEW Tag Team Tournaments to crown the first ever AEW All Elite Wrestling Tag Team Champions. That is happening next week, folks. Just want to make sure you know. Next week, you'll find out who the best tag team is. 2 days, actually 1 day, I'm sorry, the day before Crown Fools. Now, whether that's SCU or the Lucha Brothers or the Dark Order or the Private Party. My boys Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy, who I'm going with to win that tournament. Now, I don't understand why I should care about this match. If you wanted momentum to be built, shouldn't you have put Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins in there against, I don't know, maybe the Lucha House Party? But then again, who's going to want to watch that match? They barely even wanted to watch this match with the actual tag team champions of this show in the match. If the tag team champions do not win that turmoil match, then there's no fucking way you can call them the best tag team in the world. Because why are they even tag team champions? Right? They'll probably do some stupid shit to get a number one contender out of it, and then they'll challenge either the Revival or the Viking Raiders to a fucking match at the December pay-per-view. Who gives a shit? The Viking Raiders win with Thor's hammer over Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. We see Lana and Bobby Lashley at dinner. Rusev shows up to the restaurant. He confronts Bobby Lashley, and Lana starts screaming. And then guys dressed like police try to separate them because they weren't actually police officers, you know. Officers take Rusev away as Lana starts yelling at him, "Take him to jail!" Anyway, so that was pretty much it. Have fun in jail, says Lana. Lana, Lashley, who gives a shit? Rey Mysterio comes out, and he is in front of Cleveland getting the cheap pop in Cleveland. Says he's training Cain Velasquez to get him ready to take the WWE title from Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel. Yes, because Cain Velasquez deserves a WWE Championship match. My God. Oh, my God. I've seen him work years to get a Universal or WWE. I'm sorry. It doesn't even fucking matter at this point. WWE Championship match at Crown Jewel. Awesome. Rey wants to thank everybody for supporting him and his son Dominic, for the outpouring of love and support his family has experienced even before Lesnar attacked him and his son. Rey says this love goes back to when he was thinking of retiring. Rey says he has so much to be thankful for, and he's honored for the love fans have shown him and his family. This is why he's here tonight, to say it straight from his family to the fans, that the fans are a part of his family. So, Rey is standing there and is interrupted by the executive director of failure, Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman appears on the big screen and wonders if Rey would be saying these words if his client was live in Cleveland. Of course he wouldn't, says Heyman. Rey knows better. And Rey knows that Lesnar cannot be on Raw tonight because he was drafted to SmackDown. Oh, we're abiding by the rules now. Does that apply to Bray Wyatt? I want to see if it applies to Bray Wyatt. You know, who's advertised for November on this show. And Bray Wyatt who's challenging for the Universal title in about 10 days. A Raw title. So Heyman says he can't be drafted anywhere, which is why he's here tonight to deliver this message to Rey on behalf of Brock Lesnar. Heyman goes on about how Lesnar will dominate at Crown Fools and take care of both of them. Rey cuts him off. Rey goes on until we get Shelton Benjamin coming out to interrupt this entire promo of Paul Heyman directed towards Rey Mysterio. So at this point, I wonder how many of you are falling asleep and how many of you at this point are losing interest. Shelton Benjamin knocks Rey and Cain and isn't sure why Cain is getting a WWE title shot at Crown Fools. You know what, Shelton? I am asking the same question, bro. You and I are on the same wavelength, bro. I'd love to know why. Rey says this is about family, but Shelton says Lesnar is his family. I'm finally happy that WWE, after all these years that Benjamin has even been a part of a return to the WWE, that they're finally bringing the background of Benjamin and Lesnar to TV. What took you so long? Now you want to do it. Now, of all times, you want to do it. You didn't want to do it last year or the year before that or the year before that. Now you want to do it. Who gives a shit at this point? Everybody thinks Shelton Benjamin is fucking unemployed anyway at this point. Now you want us to care about Shelton fucking Benjamin. Shelton talks about his history with Lesnar and says besides Heyman, no one in WWE knows Lesnar better than him. Rey says Shelton has this all mixed up. Shelton disagrees and says he wants to see what happens if he shoves Rey around. Hey, is this going to get me a U.S. title match? Hey, what about this? Is it going to get me an IC title match? What about this? Is it going to get me a Universal or WWE Championship match? That's all that happens. People look at titles, people push people around, people lose every single week, and they somehow get championships and championship opportunities. Just like Dolph Ziggler. So he pushes Rey. Shelton says maybe he will keep shoving Rey and get a title shot. Shelton keeps shoving Rey, and then Rey is trying to talk back to Shelton Benjamin. But before anything happens, Cain Velasquez comes out, and he is using Mercedes Martinez's old WWE Mae Young Classic theme music because WWE doesn't have Jim Johnston anymore. WWE doesn't have CFOs anymore, right? So they're using and rehashing Mercedes Martinez's old Mae Young Classic theme music. Guess the budget's kind of thin on the musical aspect of WWE. So, Cain is in the ring. He has this mean-looking face on, and he's looking at Shelton Benjamin. He stares down Shelton. Shelton then is attacked by Cain Velasquez in the most god-awful way, and Shelton is then finding himself in a chokehold that Cain Velasquez releases, and Shelton Benjamin rolls out of the ring. I don't know why I should care about this, and if this is any indication that Cain Velasquez is getting a match with Brock Lesnar 10 days out, if this is any indication of the match that we're going to get, God help our souls. This was awful. If that is the way a former UFC heavyweight champion punches in a WWE ring, then there's no reason why this guy should be getting a WWE championship match. There's no reason why this guy should be in a fucking ring, period. I did not watch Cain Velasquez the last time he was in a wrestling ring at AAA. All I remember is him doing a springboard fucking tope or something off the ropes. An arm drag, a fucking Hurricane Rana. I don't know, nor do I care. This is a desperation signing by WWE that will ultimately backfire in WWE. The guy got absolutely zero pop. And for the apologists out there, I want to see how well this translates to ratings. You're alienating your fucking audience for this garbage, and the ratings do not move an inch in the right direction. I'm sorry. This is awful. And if this is any indication that WWE is moving forward with Cain Velasquez in this manner, if they're making him into Brock Lesnar light, I'm sorry. I have zero interest in that. Instead of making him into something unique and something that not Brock Lesnar is, or something that Brock Lesnar does not do, you want to make him into Brock Lesnar light. We already have a Brock Lesnar. The fuck do we need another Brock Lesnar for? This was awful. Absolutely awful. Charlie Caruso's backstage with Seth Rollins. She says it seems like the Fiend has gotten inside his head. Rollins says maybe he has, but maybe Rollins has gotten in the Fiend's head. Rollins says the Fiend is different. There's an aura he can't quite explain. Yeah, I can't quite explain your fucking shitty social media as well. You fucking idiot. Quit while you're ahead. Or I should say, let me rephrase that. Quit, just period. Not while you're ahead, because you're never ahead. He's a little off, and when you step in the ring with him, it changes you forever. Yeah, your babyface run has changed you forever, too. Nobody looks at you in the same way anymore. Rollins stares off to the side and tells Charlie to hold on a second. He walks over to the White Ranger, Humberto Carrillo, who, remember, if you guys remembered, mentioned something about Seth Rollins burning shit down earlier. So, Rollins says he heard what Humberto said earlier, and he did burn the funhouse down. Which, by the way, weren't we supposed to get an explanation as to why that happened, yet we didn't get it? More clickbait by WWE. Bait and switch by WWE. Not only did we get a fucking six-man tag that was advertised that was not a six-man tag, we also got Seth Rollins explaining why he burned down the funhouse, and we didn't get that explained either on this show. Batting 0 for 2 there, WWE, mixed with this fucking terrible show. You're batting 0. You're as worse as the fucking Yankees in that series against the Astros. Now you can join the Braves down in Fort Lauderdale as they golf their fucking sorrows away. So, Rollins says he would burn the funhouse down again. Says when you're a champion, you do what is right and not make the popular decisions. Well, this is incredibly hypocritical for Seth Rollins. Do what is right. Bro, you haven't done anything right as champion, and you only make the popular decisions. If it's sucking WWE's dick, you're ready and willing right there with your mouth open and a little bit of drool hanging down the right side of your lip. So, Rollins heard what Carrillo wanted to do, and that was be champion one day. Welcome to Raw. Rollins suggests Humberto have his first match on Raw against the champion, and the match is right now, because Rollins has the power to just authorize a match whenever he wants. Fuck creative and fuck the booking of this show. So we get Rollins versus Humberto Carrillo. Folks, I will not be going over this match because the match did nothing. I will instead show you the shit that I had to deal with on social media. And this is what I had to deal with on social media. I tweeted out, as you can see there, Jerry, at JD from NY206. You cannot get someone over if you yourself are not over. This match will be forgotten tomorrow at lunchtime. What a waste of fucking time. Hashtag Raw. This guy, Vincent Michaels, don't know where he's from, but his name is Sports Entertainment Enthusiast. So you can see where this is going quite quickly. He says, and I quote, "Imagine thinking Seth Rollins isn't over. Fucking idiot." Folks, if you think that I let this slide, if you think I did not retaliate in a JD manner, then you're a fool. Now, I quote tweeted him and said the following. "It brings me great pleasure to trigger you Seth Rollins cocksuckers. I am sorry your man is a failure as a champion and resides as Becky Lynch's bitch. Don't even at me. You will be benched quicker than the ratings falling on this garbage Raw." I also directly tweeted him, which I don't have a copy of. You guys can go to my Twitter and see it. I tweeted at him that the crowd was booing Seth Rollins after the match when he did indeed defeat Humberto with a curb stomp. He went over to shake Humberto's hand. Not only were the fans chanting CM Punk, but the crowd was booing Seth Rollins in mid-handshake. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Sports Entertainment Enthusiast. Wasn't Rollins a babyface? Isn't Bray Wyatt the heel? So, please, correct me if I'm wrong. How is Seth Rollins over in a genuine and organic way if the heel in this story, aka Bray Wyatt, is being portrayed by the fans as a babyface, and the fans want Bray Wyatt as the champion, and they want nothing to do with Seth Rollins as the Universal Champion, and are booing him in a very similar fashion as to what they did to Roman Reigns. That is not over. A reaction by the fans is not what I call over. Rollins and the reaction that he's getting from the fans is what I call a failure. Seth Rollins is a failure. Everything that Seth Rollins has done in this reign is a failure. WWE fucking orchestrated the beginning stages of this failure when they booked him in a feud with Baron fucking Corbin for 3 months with Lacey Evans. And then they interjected Becky Lynch's bitch into this storyline. And now we get this version of Seth Rollins. They tried to fix all the damage that they did with the match against Brock Lesnar. And then Rollins pretty much fucked himself over. And then WWE clearly just said, you know what? Fuck this guy. We're going to ruin this guy. We're going to fuck him over. A la Hell in a Cell. that is something you are not recovering from. You think the fans were booing at Hell in a Cell because Bray Wyatt is such a good bad guy? Or are they booing because nobody in that arena wanted Seth Rollins as the Universal Champion at the end of the night? Please elaborate. So, folks, I go on to tweet this sports entertainment enthusiast that he says Seth Rollins is only a failure to morons like you that don't understand wrestling. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I'm going to have about 40,000 people watching me on here with about 3,000 likes at the end of a 48-hour period on YouTube. So, for the fact that I don't understand wrestling, that's a lot of people who want to listen to somebody who doesn't understand wrestling. He isn't cheered by everyone. He isn't booed by everyone. But everyone, especially fucking losers like you, get worked by every move he does and word he says. That's what being over is. No, Mr. Sports Entertainment Enthusiast, that is not what I call being over, but I call that being a failure. I'm sorry that you are so misinformed and of a lower IQ you are, but that is not what I call being over. That's what I call being a failure of a WWE champion. Please continue to suck his dick some more, man. I can't hear you. I cannot hear you. Folks, if you want Seth Rollins and you want to view the next Seth Rollins experience, please, Ringling Brothers and BarnumandBailey.com. We're going to burn it down. Seth Rollins is a clown. There you go. Oh, and by the way, for those cretins who thought Humberto was over and is going to be a megastar, please, I'd love to call up Buddy Murphy, and I'd love to call up Ali, and let's get Cedric on a three-way fucking conference call. Yeah, let me ask Kevin Owens how over he fucking is. Yeah, Humberto's over. Humberto's gonna be a megastar. What, with Vince McMahon alive and breathing? With Vince McMahon alive and breathing, you think Humberto Carrillo is going to be a superstar because of this match? This is going to get Humberto over. Seth Rollins wasn't even over in the fucking match. How can he get Humberto over? Fucking idiots, man. My God, how many of you are fucking clueless? Oh. 24/7, the fact that the 24/7 title is still on this show, all you need to know. Main event, Street Profits versus the OC. This was supposed to be a 6-man tag, and then all of a sudden we see AJ Styles standing outside with his jacket still on. So at the end of this thing, Ford goes up top, goes up for the big frog splash. By the way, the Street Profits came out and had a generic Monday Night Raw entrance. They're charismatic and they're enthusiastic, right? But in NXT, the one thing I was thinking is, wow, you know, in NXT, they got everybody over, they got everybody hyped up, they came through the crowd, and here we have them coming out through the fucking curtain. You know, the New Day could throw pancakes and fucking gyrate and throw cereal on everybody, but the Street Profits aren't allowed to come out through the crowd and do what they did in NXT because it's an NXT thing and it's not a WWE thing. Vince didn't come up with it, so he's going to change what actually works and give them something that doesn't work. Why weren't these guys allowed to come out through the crowd? Don't change what's not broken. One little simple tweak could fuck everything up. And these guys do not need to be fucked over. AJ jumps up onto the apron. Ford was going for the big frog splash. He pushes Ford off the top while Gallows has the referee distracted. AJ pushes Ford right into a spine buster by Carl Anderson. Ford kicks out. Referee ends up ejecting AJ from ringside due to interference. AJ hits the apron to argue with the referee. And AJ is tossed out, and then out comes Kevin Owens. Owens rushes down the ramp. Owens catches AJ at ringside and hits him with a big stunner. Ford runs the ropes, leaps out, taking AJ and Gallows down. Ford tags in, and he hits the big frog splash on Carl Anderson for a win in their debut match on Monday Night Raw. After the match, Owens stands tall on the stage, and that was pretty much it. And the Street Profits celebrate in the ring, and then they actually go into the crowd after the show and the match is over. And that was it. Monday Night Raw, folks. 6-man tag. were given a 2-on-2 tag team match. And the big surprise, the big cliffhanger throughout the entire show was, who is the mystery partner of the Street Profits? Was it going to be Matt Riddle? Was it going to be an NXT superstar? Was it going to be John Morrison? Was it going to be the returning Adam Copeland, Edge? Instead, we got Kevin Owens. We waited 3 fucking hours for Kevin Owens on Monday Night Raw, and it's nothing more than a feud that we seen on SmackDown Live that went nowhere between the two, and now we're getting it on Monday Night Raw. Yet everybody thinks that Monday Night Raw is going to have a fresh start, and this draft is going to set Monday Night Raw up on the right path. Meanwhile, we're getting nothing more than rematch. So we waited 3 hours for Kevin fucking Owens. And I'm supposed to be happy and surprised over a possible feud with AJ over the United States title? I'm sorry, I missed that fucking memo. We've seen it already. It is not new, it is not exciting, it is fucking garbage. Monday Night Raw continues to be the worst show on television. I thought Paul Heyman was a fucking genius. Clearly he's not. I could book this show better with my fucking eyes closed. Getting the fuck out of here, man. This show sucks. Monday Night Raw fucking sucks. Make sure you guys check out BlueChew.com, code JD. Check out the rest of the content that you might have missed. And follow me on social media so you guys can see fucking idiots like sports entertainment enthusiast tweet me. See you guys later. Hit the thumbs up, by the way, too. Please. Please. For everybody that thinks sports entertainment enthusiast is a fucking idiot, hit the thumbs up. There should be about 6,000 of you. Let me see 6,000. Well, she's gonna be hit over the fucking head 6,000 times, so I don't have to watch this fucking show anymore.